Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Leanne Sanders. We begin tonight with a shocking case of alleged child luring and sexual touching involving a Lloydminster man that's coming to light. RCMP releasing details today of a search warrant at a home in the city that turned up a submachine gun, assault rifles, 3D printed handguns, as well as computers, phones, and hard drives. A 37-year-old Stephen Keir faces several charges, including luring and touching, along with breach of probation and not complying with a conditional sentence order. Keir appeared before a justice of the peace and was remanded into custody. His next court appearance is on Wednesday. Rotary's Jason Whiting had a small part in a big music video featuring Jordan Pollard that's nominated for the Saskatchewan Country Music Awards. Whiting has been a part of Rotary for most of his life, dating back to his youth. And although his job was to host the local crew for the video, he explains just how talented people are here in the border city.
We have some awesome local talent here. Jordan Pollard, who is a phenomenal country music artist and has been nominated. Her video has been nominated for award at the Saskatchewan Country Music Awards coming up here in June in Lloyd at the Vic Juba. Bill Caverly, Kim Capral, and Maz Entertainment to put together that video. It was just really cool to have that whole team of very talented people. We came all together to make something, and it's possibly getting an award.
CMAs will be held at Vic Juba Community Theatre from June 20th to the 22nd, and early bird tickets are available on their website. It is time now for Retrospect. Here is Callum Hawker.
This week in Retrospect, we dive into April of 1995 as the Weyburn Red Wings look to grab back-to-back SJHL titles.
The North Battleford R-Stars facing a must-win to keep their season alive. Open the scoring. It's Blake Shipley tipping in the shot from the point, and it's 1-0. Weyburn comes right back to tie it up. Andrew Fox takes the pass in the 2-1 and puts it in, and it's tied up at 1. Then the North Stars on the power play takes the lead. Quentin Gibson jumps on the loose puck and puts it up and over Travis Kirby, and it's 2-1 North Battleford. Before the end of the first, Weyburn ties it up on the power play of their own. Duke Palche over to Ellen St. Hilaire, and it's tied up at 2. Weyburn takes the lead later in the first. Darcy Verreau puts the puck and himself into the net as he is pushed into the North Stars netminder Kendon Sidoric, and Weyburn leads it 3-2 after 1. Now in the second, Weyburn takes a 2-goal lead. Mike Curry takes a pass in the slot area. He will put it home, and the Wings are up by 2 at 4-2. The Wings add to their lead right off the faceoff. Ed Lowe wins the draw, makes the nifty move for the goal as Weyburn is up 5-2. Now in the third, it's 6-4 Weyburn. North Battleford stages a bit of a comeback. Yaroslav Absut lets it fly from the point, and it's a 1-goal game at 6-5 with 7 minutes left in the third as the 2,500 fans in North Battleford are going nuts. North Battleford will apply all types of pressure, looking for the tying goal, but it's the Wings holding off North Battleford North Stars charge as time ticks off the clock. The Wings come onto the ice as the Weyburn Red Wings become the first team since the Humboldt Broncos in 1986-1987 to win back-to-back SJHL titles for the North Battleford North Stars, and their tremendous year bitter disappointment. Well, Weyburn now awaits to face the Manitoba champion for the right to advance on to the Centennial Cup.
It means a lot to us. Everybody said last year that we come in right from the start of the season, and our team was a lot of experience. This year we had to take a lot of young kids and get them into this winning mold. We're just going to go one step at a time. Big things win this league. Beating Manitoba you want to, but that's not a lot of prestige, and that is just a stepping stone. But winning this league, all across Canada, everybody knows this league and what it means to win this league.
And this week in 1999, the Lloydminster Rescue Squad get ready for spring rescue scenarios in a unique fashion.
Walk out from this side and then into it. Okay, and you'll just fall through.
Most of us can't imagine doing this on purpose, but for a dedicated group of men and women from the rescue squad, it's all part of the job.
It's training for a surface ice rescue. This time of year and again in the fall, any conditions when there's thin ice, we obviously have a risk of children falling through the ice, any adults even go for a walk on the ice, tragedy happens.
One by one, they take turns rotating through the role of victim and rescuer so that each member will be prepared should the need for a real ice rescue ever arise.
There's about 6 hours of classroom that goes along with this, and then we try and get everybody into the suit and out on the ice.
What specifically are these men and women learning?
Proper techniques for getting out, getting access to a victim who's fallen through the ice, and proper techniques for securing him and retrieving him.
Lloydminster Rescue takes the exercise very seriously, but if you ask if they've ever needed to put their skills to practical use, they'll just smile and answer,
No, thank God we haven't.
And that's all for this week in Retrospect.
Retrospect is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Find New Holland products at Webb's Machinery, your dealer in Vermilion, Vegreville, Lamont, Wainwright, St. Paul, and Consulate.
Thomas Wildman joins me now with the weather, and he's showing off his signed jersey as well, so it looks like he's ready for the playoffs.
Oh, it's so exciting. That guy's a legend. Once I'm, older and have a little bit more money to my name, that's the plan, is to also make a Oilers man cave. This is the only signed jersey I've got on me right now, but then I've got lots of ones that hopefully will get signed more as I get later into my years. But it's a nice day for weather. It was a little windy out there today, but the sun was shining. So I think we're, like I've been mentioning in the previous cast, we are getting away from those nastier winter temperatures and now getting into more spring temperatures. And so just taking a look at the almanac today, we are a little bit better than the normal there with a high of 17. And the normal is usually a 13 for today, and then the low of 2 degrees for us today, and a low of -1 usually for us there. The monthly average for rain, we're probably not going to get to that 19.6, though we have increased quite a bit after this past weekend's rainfalls, with going up to 5.1 millimeters of rain so far today. Taking a look at the current conditions, we're going to start with Cold Lake here. They're sitting at 18 degrees right now, and it's calm for them and with no wind chill, so all the way still at that 18-degree mark. And now taking a look at the Lloydminster Airport, I had my slide in a little bit of the wrong direction there. So 15 degrees for us right now with the wind chill. It's still at 15 degrees, even though there is a bit of a north wind hitting us right now. But still, it's not too bad that you're going to be feeling any chills below the usual temperature right now. And finally, we'll take a look at North Battleford. They're very similar, 16 degrees for them today, no wind chill as well. So fantastic across the region here. Taking a look at the current temperatures, we see Lloydminster still at that 15 mark, and up north Cold Lake sitting at 19. Marwayne similar to us right now at 15 degrees, with Vermilion sitting at 17 degrees, as is St. Paul and Provost down south. Wainwright sitting at 18 degrees, as is Vegreville and Edmonton, so that's great for them for the playoff push to begin tonight. Bonneville and Cold Lake at 19 degrees, and Lac La Biche sitting at 18 degrees right now. Taking a look at the Saskatchewan side, Alacross is going to be one of the coldest places here in our region at 14 degrees today. Everywhere else is similar in that 18 to 17 degrees, as we see Green Lake, Meadow Lake, and St. Walburg all at 17 degrees. Pearslyn and Maidstone at 18 degrees. North Battleford and Macklin sitting at 16 degrees. Taking a look at tonight's forecast, we're starting in North Battleford. Low of -3 for tonight. It's going to be mainly clear, but a little bit cold as it gets there. Not too bad of a wind chill there, though only 11 kilometers with a 1% chance of precipitation. Taking a look at Cold Lake, it's very similar, -3, partly cloudy, and it'll be cold overnight. 0% chance of precipitation for them. And here in Lloydminster, we're sitting at 2 degrees with it being partly cloudy, a 0% chance of precipitation on 11-kilometer west-northwest wind, which you'll definitely feel a little bit, but you should be staying inside today and checking out that Game 1 of the Oilers versus the Kings tonight. Taking a look at the next few days, though, we're going to see highs of 19 and 21 on Wednesday. It will be a little bit cloudier, though, as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, but a high of 17 on Thursday as well. So a fantastic look for these next 3 days, and now we're finally getting into those really nice spring temperatures. Unfortunately, though, we're going to be feeling those breezy winds that Lloydminster is well known for, so that's going to really maybe put a little bit of damper here as we get into the rest of this week. But that will do it for our first look at the weather forecast. We will have some more news headlines coming up after the break.
The North American Chuckwagon Championship will be at Halstead Downs this July, but before that all happens, the Chuckwagon tarps need to be sold to sponsors. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Here, another 10,000, another 10, another 10, another 10, another 12,500, 12,500, 40,000 here, and 40, another 40, another 40, another 42,500.
The NACC tarp sale filled up the event center at Gold Horse Casino and brought great sales to the drivers to help them best prepare for not only the races here in Lloydminster, but also for the entire summer of Chuckwagon races.
Oh, it's an awesome start to the season. SwiftNet Internet is back on board again this season, so it's a really great feeling to sell that well, and it's awesome to have a returning sponsor on board.
This will be the 4th annual NACC, and the organizers are bringing some new elements to make it the most successful yet.
I think we're just adding more to our performance. Like, don't you know what I mean? We got to figure out how to get more and more people into the crowd, right? And with that, we're bringing more to the performance, to production, right? Know what I mean? Bringing a lot of kids involved. That's our biggest thing. Trying to reach out to all those youth and fill those stands with kids, because obviously, you know, when you fill the stands with kids, who brings those kids, right? So we're bringing more youth programs for sure. And then we're adding the pony chuck wagons also, and then an Indian relay will probably be here also. So it's just bringing that production that produces more fans.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
It's time now to have a look at all of the pet pictures you've been sharing with us for our Pets of the Day.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
I have two special guests joining me today on Primetime Local News. Katie and Brandy are here together, known as Nice Horse. Thanks, ladies, for joining me.
Oh, thanks so much for having us.
Well, exciting days because you guys have released your self-titled debut album. And I want to hear from both of you, but Katie, let's start with you. Just tell me a little bit about the album.
Oh man, it has been truly years in the making. We first started recording to get to this step right before the pandemic. And we did a lot of recording and a lot of things that just kind of kept happening and kept kind of getting in our way. Just some of the strangest things I don't even want to get into because some of them aren't great memories. But you know, it took a lot of, when we say blood, sweat, and tears, I think that's probably the most accurate way to describe it. And about how much it took for us to get this record out, but we feel like we've said like maybe all of that was for a reason, and the time is now. So it feels really good to have it out.
Well,
Yeah,
Brandy,
I
I'll
totally
look
agree.
to you for your opinion on the album.
Yeah, absolutely. What Katie said is right. Like we went through a lot to have this album come to be, but I think that's one of the most brilliant parts about being an artist is that through all of the hard times and the hardship that you go through, something like this comes out of it. And what has come out of it for us is really an album that I feel is a Nice Horse autobiography. There's so much of this that is just so real and so genuine and true to what we've been through in the last 4 years, and it makes me really proud to have it out in the world.
And can I ask why it took as long as it did for you to get this album kind of released and going? I know you said you went through a few things, but I mean, you guys have won a bunch of awards and you've been out there for a while. So what was, I guess, the factor in it taking a while to get this together and released?
There were so many factors. I mean, the pandemic was a big one, of course, that affected a lot of people. There was just also just doing what felt right. You know, we did some things that just didn't sound like us, and we needed to go through those steps. And, you know, I know that we love the different things that we did, but everything was just, we're like, this isn't quite it. This isn't quite it. And so it just took that long between the writing and the recording and finding the right person who understood us. The producer, Murray Pulver, was who did this record. And so it was a lot of that. And then there were some personal life things, you know, so it was just, I can't believe it took this long. And that's why, like, I shed some tears when it came out because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Like, I've never taken this long to put music together before and all the different things that I've done. And I don't think Brandy has either. But obviously, again, it's like we are so proud of what we've got that I think that it's just that now's the time.
Brandy, can I get you to tell me a little bit about the songs on the album?
Yeah, so there are 7 songs on this record, and we've actually released 2 as previews prior to us releasing the record. Things I Wish I Didn't Know and Seeing Ghosts, both that I am so incredibly proud of. But every song on this record, either Katie or I wrote, or most of them we wrote together. So it really truly is a testament to who we are as people. And when we bring an idea into the writing room, it's it's always there's always a personal attachment to it. So I like every single song that's on here, um like running out of reasons. It's like I can't tell you how many times have like wanted to pick up the phone in like, at 1 in the morning and text someone I maybe should not be texting, because you're trying to get them out of your life. I've done that so many times before. Seeing ghosts is the same thing when you can't get somebody off of your mind. Um, Till I Do is truly like I don't know if there's anything more that explains Katie and I. Like it's the it's the idea of like, you know what, sometimes you're a hot mess and that is totally okay. And for me, Waves is a really special one. Um that deals a lot with like the mental health struggles that we had during the pandemic. Katie and I talk about this pretty openly, but we have gone to therapy and continue to go to therapy as a duo. Like we're a relationship. We feel like it's important uh to maintain that relationship, and we work together so much and we're as friends and as bandmates. And so it's Waves is really a bit of a love letter to all of that hardship that we have gone through together, and that we have gone like really truly moved through it together.
Well, not only is the album out, which is obviously super exciting, but a tour now as well. And you've got some dates with a big name artist that a lot of people are going to know too. So tell me about the upcoming tour and where we're going to be able to see you guys.
Well, it's going to be our summer festival time, and that's when I call it Canadian ping pong because you're just going back and forth across the country, playing all the different festivals. And then one of the shows that we get to do, yeah, it's something that we're very excited about, and it seems to have also like gotten a lot of interest from people that we're doing it. But we get to play a show with the one and only Jody Messina in Regina. Yeah.
So if people are looking for information on the album and if they want to find out where you're playing and just to keep up with you guys on social media, what do they look for and where can they find it?
Everything is at Nice Horse Music. So our website, Instagram, TikTok, everything is at Nice Horse Music.
Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you guys today, Katie and Brandy, also known as Nice Horse. Again, the debut solo or the debut album named Nice Horse is out as well now, so people can check it out. They can catch you on tour. I just wish you guys the best of luck in the next few weeks here with everything going on and with the tour coming up. So exciting. Thank you both for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
Nigel Dubé, the general manager of the Lloydminster Bobcats, joins me as we get set for the second annual Flavor Fest event that's only a couple weeks away. Nigel, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I know a lot of people are getting excited for the event. Can you tell us a little bit about Flavor Fest?
Yeah, well, I think for us, it's the second year for Flavor Festival, and you know, a year ago right now, we were really trying to get the word out about what is Flavor Festival, how it works, and all that, and we continue to do that. But you know, last year we had over 700 people come through the door, and I think we just had over 20 vendors last year. This year we're over 30 food and drink vendors. So it's an event that has live music too as well. So you get your tickets ahead of time or at the door. Once you get in, you get your tokens, and it's up to you. You can sample every kind of drink that there is there, or you could sample every kind of food, or you can pick and choose and go amongst it. And the nice part, there's some live music in the background where you can enjoy an evening out too as well.
Cool. So how do people get those tickets, and where is the event, Nigel?
Yeah, the event will be held this year. We needed more space. We outgrew our space from last year. So this year we'll be at the Civic Center on the arena floor. More space. Last year, I know we ran into some tight quarters in some areas, but this year, a bigger space for that, more enjoyable. We have some picnic tables for people to sit at this year. We listened to people that came last year on some of the recommendations, and tickets right now are on sale. It's the early bird pricing still, and you can just go to Eventbrite, look up Flavor Festival, and tickets will be available there. And they're available right up to the event on Eventbrite, and then they will be available at the door too as well.
And just so people can mark it on their calendar, when is Flavor Fest?
Yeah, May 4th. May 4th. It's a Saturday. It'll run from 5 till 10 p.m. The 5 till 6 o'clock shift is the VIP tickets, so very limited tickets, but you get in ahead of everybody else. And then general admission will be from 6 till 10. But we're super excited. We have vendors coming from all over, as far as Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Prince Albert, Saskatoon, Calgary, Edmonton, you name it. There's people coming from all over. We also have the local products here too on showcase, which we're super, excited and thrilled that they're back again. And it's one of those that there'll be something there for everybody. I think whether it's food, we have non-alcoholic drinks on the drink side too for people. We have, there's different dishes as far as desserts, main courses, you name it, it's there. So we even have a candy one that pairs with your wines and your beers. So a wide variety, something for everybody. I think if you talk to anybody from last year, they had a great time, and you learn also too a lot of the establishments in town maybe you've never been to. They'll be there, and you can give them a try.
And can you touch a little bit about the vendors, or is that a surprise?
Yeah, if you go to our Instagram or our Facebook, we've been releasing them, I think, every couple days. So Flavor Festival YLL on Instagram and Facebook. You name it. We have Fourth Meridian on from town here. We have Moonlight Bay from Wainwright. We have Paddock Brewing from Saskatoon. The fan favorite on the drink side last year, Smooth 42 from Prince Albert. They're back again. Bandit Distillery from Weyburn, Saskatchewan. We have some new ones. We have the YQR Distillery from down the Regina area. We have Cypress Hills Winery. The list goes on. I think we're close to 25 drink vendors this year, which is remarkable compared to the kind of the 11, 12. So pretty much doubled those this year too as well. It should be a great event. We're looking forward to it. Follow along on Instagram and Facebook. There's giveaways going on there for people. The vendors will be giving out some tickets too as well. The food side of it, we have the local ones back. On the Border Bakery, for example, has your desserts. We have the barbecue for your meats. It's just everything you look at. It's pretty fun. Come with an empty stomach and you leave full for sure. But there's still VIP tickets left from 5 till 6 o'clock. General admission 6 till 10. They're early bird pricing right now, which saves you a lot of money there. But should be good. We're also excited. It's all live local entertainment that'll be going on during the event. So our whole goal here is to support local, be local. The vendors receive their money back too as well. But we're looking forward to May 4th and what it has to bring.
That sounds like a lot of great vendors, Nigel, and I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to Flavor Fest. So thanks again for your time.
No, we appreciate it.
Well, the NHL playoffs are underway with 4 Canadian teams competing for the Stanley Cup, trying to break a drought that goes back to 1993 when the Montreal Canadiens won the Cup.
Lowry in, Dangle, shot, post, both posts, it hit 3 posts. The left post, the right post, and back to the left. The crowd thinks it went in, but I don't think it did.
The Winnipeg Jets narrowly beat the Colorado Avalanche in a thrilling 7-6 victory to take Game 1 of that series. Meantime, the Vancouver Canucks won Game 1, beating the Nashville Predators 4-2. The Edmonton Oilers play their first game tonight against the LA Kings.
It's interesting because they mentioned the 1993 Stanley Cup win for the Montreal Canadiens, and that was when Patrick Roy was still on that legendary team and was playing at a legendary pace. And then they mentioned the Avalanche, which is where Patrick Roy won his last 2 Stanley Cups. But the drought has been mostly fueled by the fact that the Oilers weren't very good, I'll say that, for 10 years. And, you know, some tough losses in 2004 for the Calgary Flames, 2011 for the Canucks, and then the Senators were very close in 2017 to making it to the final round there. So that's an unfortunate bit, is just that Canada has come close. Winnipeg had some good runs there recently, too. But 4 teams, 3 looking very good, having home field advantage. The Leafs, that we didn't mention it there, lost Game 1, and they're playing very soon here, their Game 2 against Boston. So a lot of excitement, and hopefully we can get it done this year. But I would only really be happy if it was the Oilers that won the Cup for Canadian
Obviously.
teams.
All right, that's all that we have for you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a good night.